All right, warriors, gather around. Let's do a breathing exercise. 5 seconds. We're just going to breathe in deep, hold it, release, take a badass walk on the beach, and hopefully be able to identify a couple puzzle pieces that make some sense as to why you're being provoked, hoovered, gang stalked, and why you have another force. And it seems like they're working in cahoots with those that are trying to abuse you. But understand, they got their own separate motives, and sometimes it can look like gang stalking. And it's just another dumbass with a crown, a narcissist after you, wanting to be next in line. You know, the pick-me's. Now, they were orbiters at first, familiars, waiting for your relationship to fall apart so that they could go from no-see-ums to pick-me. Warriors, I need you to understand that they are also observing on how you're handling the discard, because how you handle that discard, they know that if they stand in line next, this is how you're going to take care of them if you reveal them to be the same. A narcissist, a dumbass with a crown. Let's take 5 seconds, let's breathe, and let's talk about it. Let's also talk about some of the things we need to pay attention in public, like public service announcements, things that we need to be aware of, pay heed to, because you're only a victim if you're not aware of your surroundings. And why is it that narcissists start arguments? Out of the clear blue, things could be going just beautifully. And all of a sudden, you go from dealing with an 18-year-old to a 14-year-old. And then when the argument starts, all of a sudden they're suppressed to that 4-year-old. Linda, listen, Linda, precious. Honey. Let's do this breathing exercise, honey. Come on now. Gotcha. Come on, y'all. Let's do this. Let's take a badass walk. Release slowly. Oh yeah, shake that shit off, y'all. Look at here. When anyone treats you like an option, you need to treat them like a fan. They need to be in the nosebleed, and now they can watch you as you glow up, as you become the better version of yourself. Without them, man, this is the best revenge anyone can get on anyone that's done them wrong. And understand something, no one knows more than the narcissist on being left behind as others elevate. Every connection they've ever been in has outdone them within weeks of the discard. All I need you to do is get your damn composure. Suspiros need to be controlled. Suspiros. You know what I'm talking about? That ugly cry. Once you get that shit out the way, you got to feel it before you can heal it. Granted, I know that. Ooh, man, do I know it, baby. Please. Do it in silence in your own peaceful environment where no one can see, because this also is something that the narcissist gets a hard-on for. They want to see your pain. They want to come back and see the work they've done. And I'm trying to get you to stop feeding that fire. Now look, whenever narcissists are looking for a target, they're looking for vulnerabilities like someone who lacks boundaries. Because while they do this, they could be on the down low, spreading it wide, living a whole nother life. Because you're falling for these excuses and the projection of someone with boundaries has a low self-esteem. No, someone with boundaries has structure and something to defend and protect. And understand something. When a man gives a fuck about someone they love, they set up boundaries to save them from themselves. Because in this world, having to protect is enough of a responsibility than to have another dumbass adding to that by being overtly seeking attention from others, but pretending that, well, I should be able to dress like this, and others exercise their restraint. Oh, really? So if you dress like a bone and a dog come and get you, it's the dog's fault? Come on now, we're adulting. You know when narcissists are provoking this kind of mindset and trying to project an insecurity that they're established in their mind they have, but they need to get you to adopt it. Now, as they work the community, little by little, the community turns its back. You see, even narcissists, among narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, they can't stand each other. It's tolerance with a whole lot of resentment shaped up on it. Warriors, narcissists fear you because you see them for who they are. And that fragile ego, that fragile self-image that they created can be cracked immediately. And so what they'll do is they'll provoke you and hoover you. And what I need you to do is you'll go from chipping away at their self-image to when they get aggressive and you're being provoked, because that's a provocation, to be hoovered, and a return visit for a redo is a love bomb as interpreted by professionals, right, in the therapy world. Well, what I call a hoover a provocation. Because understand, in their demented little mind, they're coming back to get the job done more, better, bestester. Because they had a dud in the gun, and now they're hoping by you opening the door, you're going to hand them a good bullet. Warriors, understand something. That provocation needs to be handled at the beginning. You chip away. In other words, you're letting them know, I can see you. Now, if they provoke again, you're going to have to go from chipping to taking chunks. Not only do I see you, but I can take your ass down. Can I get a what? You see, image obliteration is what they need to understand. It's what's going to happen. See, they don't fear getting an ass whooping. In fact, some of them even will make up their mind, well, I only got to get one ass whooping or a good cussing, and I'll just stomach that, and I'll be back. I'll be back in their good graces, so long as I allow them to feel in control. You're not dancing with the devil anymore. And so when I say you take chunks out of their self-image, I'm talking you're going to keep that fucking foot on their throat, no matter what. Now, why do narcissists start arguments out of the clear fucking blue? Great question. Boy, am I ready to answer that. There's a multitude of reasons. And being the shy coach that I am, I'm going to let their secretos out. Are you listening? Secretos, secrets. And I'm going to share them with you despacito, because I want you to remember it. Despacito. Slowly, just like your heart, that heart rate, that emotional control, emociones, despacito, and quedito, delicately. Come on, warriors. Warriors, check this out. Narcissists know that you're getting close to figuring them out. And so the argument is going to be that first line of defense that you need to be aware of. And some of y'all have kind of took note of it and went, what the hell? Why were they so damn explosive? I just woke up brushing your teeth. And you're like, what the hell? And they're just yakking and yakking and yakking. And you're trying to figure out, what the hell? Who blew air up your ass this morning? Well, narcissists, when they're getting ready to discard you, they need to start an argument. Or when narcissists have a meetup, a hookup, on the down low, spreading it wide. Not only wide, but spreading the diseases. And you know they do have a purpose. You didn't know that, but they did. They do. And it's why they don't change. They're on a mission. You're the one that fell out of your damn lane. You deviated off. You just veered a little. Got curious. A little bit of FOMO got that ass, didn't it? Fear of missing out. Well, understand, ignorance is going to do what ignorance does. You got curious and thought maybe they were having more funner times than you, and at first it seemed like they were. Warriors, once narcissists figure out that you're getting too close to the truth, they're going to go ballistic with arguments to derail you. They need you to stay dumbed down at their level of dysfunction so they can have control. Narcissists are cowards, and they're going to make themselves feel like you're the bad person. They're going to have to split it. They're going to have to make you out to be them. And they've already convinced everyone else around you that to be true. They need you to play the damn part. And so when the arguments come spontaneously, look around, because chances are there's a witness that needs validation that you are whom they say you are. Can I get a what? Now look, they're hoping you completely overreact. And what they'll do in private is provoke, and then when they need the witnesses to see you overreact, that's whenever they're going to push your buttons, because they need evidence, testimonials to support them whenever they sport that monkey jump, because they're going to use that testimony, that witness, to triangulate the new supply. Oh yeah, I witnessed it. I seen them going off on her. Ooh, man, chase her all the way to the damn mailbox. And they did that at least twice a week. Oh, I'm not the only one. You ought to go ask Mr. Jones over there, Mr. Smith over here, and Johnson. We all seen it. You see how that all plays out? Now, they'll also start fights just because they're bored and want to see if there's something new they can use to push your buttons. Call it a recon. Just trying to figure out what else they can get you to blow up at a moment's notice. What are your trigger words? What are trigger words? You'll see it on YouTube or these shorts where these women are pretending, or men pretending to be on the phone and say all the favorite things that, say, the person who's eavesdropping loves to do. And to figure out if they're eavesdropping while they're on that phone, they'll just be talking about, yeah, we can go to the mall. Oh, really? Yeah. And then after that, okay, yeah, we can go shopping for ornaments. And a coffee after that? Yeah, that'd be cool as hell. Okay, and then all of a sudden the eavesdropper drops in. I want to go. And that's how they figure out, oh, okay, this one over here is what they call in Spanish, metiche. Metiche. Follow me on this. That means they can't mind their own damn business. A metiche. So look, because you're getting too close now and figuring them out, narcissists need to distract you, because they know once you figure out that puzzle piece, all bets are off. You're going to be the one discarding them, and when you do, all eyes are open, and it's forever. You see, when a narcissist discards you, it's temporary. It's layaway. Until I figure out if this other monkey jump is going to work out. And if it works out more, better, bestest, then understand, you're not going to get a Hoover. You're not going to be provoked. You're not going to be bothered. In fact, they discarded you in such an aggressive, destructive manner so as to eliminate your ability to come back to them while they're working and grooming the new one. That's the purpose. But to not totally obliterate it in such a way that you still have this weird need for closure. Not realizing that narcissists, whether it be family members, work associates, previous lovers, it matters not. They want to be able to return because that cracked door is still open. Warriors, open your eyes. You ain't nobody's bitch. You know this by now if you've gotten this far. We just need to arm ourselves with solid truths. As the fog starts to clear, we start to see things, the dangers, the inherent manipulations, and how these narcissists sometimes seem to act in unison as if programmed. But understand why. Think about it. Stop what the fuck you're doing, look at me. It's because their commander-in-chief is the same. All the demons, all these walk-in spirits are immortal. When the host dies, or when the host is no longer usable, the age fades, they no longer have that charm, the entity discards the host. The host was led to believe a lie that they were in control of the entity. That's the greatest lie of lies. To believe that you can annihilate an immortal entity, a spirit. You better wake up. In fact, I'm going to tell you now, you got no business tangling with them, because a walk-in spirit, a demon, just discards that host, drops them at the judgment seat, soulless, and seeks out another. Warriors, this is why the playbook is so predictable. You're dealing with the same entity, the jinn, the demon, whatever you want to call it, reprobate. It's why it seems like they operate off the same playbook, different skin suit. Pow. Whoa. Look, you see them for who they are. Now it's time for you, when provoked, you chip away at them a little for understanding. If they come back, remember, it's a reprobate mind. Now you're going to take chunks out of that self-image and let it be known. Come back, I'll destroy you. You got the wrong one. Become ultimate consequence, warriors. This is how you deal with ignorant. I damn near say by doing so, you slap that fool so hard they see their own demon. Can't make this shit up, because I've seen that happen. Warriors, get out there and own it. And be observant of your surroundings. There's this thing coming out, or starting to be a buzz. It's called jugging in the United States. I know that my audience is quite large around the world, but be aware of this, whether it's called jugging or not. If it's happening here, it's happening around the world. And what it is narcissists are following, or convicts, or the criminal element, right? People with mental illness and or the lack of ability to motivate themselves to go and work and have integrity and virtue are following hardworking people from the bank to the home and robbing them. This is why I preach it to you, and I'm going to say it again. Be aware of your surroundings and don't have routines. Keep an eye on your rear view, not to see if someone's following closely or if it's a cop behind you, to see if you took 3 right turns or 3 left turns and they're still there. You see, only gang stalkers are going to tell you that it doesn't exist. Only a criminal will tell you you're being paranoid. I, as your coach, am telling you, you matter. And your journey can't be contested. You can't unsee what you've seen and what you've been through. All I'm here to do is tell you you're not alone. You never were. But I need you to become the warrior that thinks on their own, is self-motivated, and eventually can wean themselves from even platforms like this and create your own kingdoms. And if you sense that maybe I need an extra help, that you seek out professionals, therapists that are well-rounded with the topic of narcissism, so that you don't get that dead stare and someone just filling their damn pockets. Because narcissists also love to pretend they're helping you. The reason you went through this so you could identify them and walk the hell away. Warriors, many of you have lost everything, but not your life. Consider that your tuition. And now you've paid your debt. Now it's time for you to live in your abundance. Because, you see, the blessings have always been there. You were put blinders because you'd have shared it with a dumbass, a narcissist that's trying to ride your coattails. Now the blinders are off. Now it's time for them to be a spectator. You just went from chaser to runner. And the narcissist is going from wannabe to poverty. Now get out there and own it. Shake the dirt off your ass, throw them shoulders back. Own it. It's never goodbye, warriors. It's always until next time. Les mando besos y abrazos. Control emociones. Despacito. Don't ever let someone else own that pitter patter. That's yours. Share your smiles. It's those hugs and kisses that get your ass in the crack now. You create stalkers and fans. And remember, don't entertain ignorant. Let them entertain each other. Eventually, they equal themselves right out the door. They would check this out, it's like this. You ever seen the garbage take the garbage out? Namaste, warriors.
And I've been counting down